Hey, this is Professor Machado. At my office this morning. I decided to make a series of videos to sort of get us prepped for our June program. I hope you're getting excited. I hope that you are looking forward to it. I know that I am. But the first thing I want to talk to you about is just to remind everybody what to expect as far as physical activity and weather when we're traveling. Right, so just keep in mind that we are traveling to Italy in June, and then for a week, and then we are going to Munich, Germany, in June into the beginning of July. It's going to be hot, right? So I think that if you are going, when you think about what the weather in Bologna is going to be like at the time that we're there, I would say think about it in terms of like South Carolina kind of hot, or North Carolina kind of hot. And with levels of humidity, that means that in the day, it will reach well into the 90s at the heat of the day every day. And then in the evenings, it might drop to sort of like the high 70s to mid 80s and cool off. But the bulk of the midday period is going to be very sunny, very bright, and very hot. So be prepared for that. And I want to make sure that folks have appropriate clothing, that if you do, maybe I'm going to travel with like a fleece, something that I can layer with in the evening if it gets cool, if it's rainy and it's cooler. But generally speaking, I want everyone to be prepared for like, it's June, July in Southern Europe. It's going to be hot. Right, that's number one. To go along with that, I want to remind everybody that we are going to do a lot of walking. And when I say a lot of walking, this whole business of like maybe you'll do 10,000 steps a day, as part of, your wellness routine when you're here in the States, we have a car culture, right? I mean, there are people who they live in Brookwood and they get in their car and they drive the 4 minutes to a parking spot on campus so they can go to class. It's not what it's like. You're going to be walking an enormous amount. On average, I am walking between 25 and 30,000 steps every single day that I'm in Italy on the study abroad program. I don't want you to underestimate how much walking you're going to be doing, which means there are two things I want you to think about between now and June, right? First, I want to make sure that you have appropriate footwear for that kind of walking. When I say appropriate footwear, there's a tendency for folks to bring a whole lot of pairs of shoes with them. They want to bring flip-flops, or they want to bring thongs, or slides, or they want to bring dressy shoes. Honestly, I only bring 2 pairs of shoes when I travel, and one of them is a pair of running shoes in case I'm going to go for a run, which in the 4 years I've done it, literally has only happened one time. Your primary footwear should be a pair of shoes that you would be comfortable walking in all day, every day. And sorry, but slides and flip-flops typically don't cut it. They may be comfortable to lounge around in, but if you're walking 4 or 5 miles a day in flip-flops, you're setting yourself up for some trouble. I'm not saying don't bring them, but you really need to have a comfortable pair of shoes, walking shoes, sneakers that are comfortable to walk in with good soles on them as your primary footwear. And your feet will thank you because blisters and discomfort is not going to be awesome. So number one, you need proper footwear for lots of walking every day. Second, it's going to sound silly. You should consider a conditioning program where you intentionally start to build up your endurance through walking every single day. Because if you are living in the car culture, or maybe you're just walking from your residence hall to your class building or whatever, you're not accustomed to being on your feet all day, moving from place to place. They are, and we are going to be there as tourists, so we're going to be doing that even more. because every single year that I've run this program and brought students, at some point, even the fittest student has come to me and said, wow, it's a lot of walking. I don't want you to be surprised. So I know what I'm doing. The weather is going to start to get warmer. We've had a miserable cold winter with lots of snow. I'm hoping for slightly warmer temperatures. I'm going to go back to my regular, I'm going to be doing like 3 runs a week. And I'm going to try to increase my step count every day so that when I'm abroad and I'm on my feet all day, I'm not going to be fatigued. I'm not going to be tired. I'm going to be used to it. And I'll be able to enjoy myself a lot more. And you will too. I know a lot of when people hear this, they think it sounds really silly. And Europeans love to make fun of us about this idea that like we have to get in shape just to go on a trip to Europe. But it will pay dividends if you do this. Believe me. If by the time, if you start now and you factor it into your routine, intentionally increasing your step count every week, when you go in June, you're going to have a much better time. You're going to be a lot more comfortable. You're going to be a lot better conditioned, and you're going to have more fun, quite frankly. So just think about it. Something you should do. All right. There'll be other videos like this. Thanks.